The revolution begins. By 1835, Santa Anna was in full control of Mexico and had become a centralist dictator. He disbanded the Mexican Congress and had a new Congress written to give him all the power. Santa Anna sent his brother-in-law, General Martin Perfecto de Chos, to San Antonio de Bejar to watch over Texas and put down any rebellion. A dictator is a person who basically controls the entire nation. Stephen F. Austin had been jailed in a Mexican prison while he was down in Mexico City trying to lobby for Texas rights. Two Texas lawyers secured Stephen F. Austin his release from jail in August of 1835, and when he returned to Texas, he told his followers that the Mexican government could no longer be trusted and convinced many of the Peace Party to call for war of independence. Here is an example of Stephen F. Austin's design for a Texas flag. In the middle of the center is a star, and the motto states, "Where liberty dwells, there is my country." General Chos knew that the Texians were becoming more and more rebellious. He asked for more troops from Mexico and started to fortify military positions in San Antonio, including the old Alamo mission, which the Mexicans turned into a military fort. Chos felt that he needed to disarm the Texians, so he sent a small army patrol to the town of Gonzales to confiscate the small cannon there that was being used for Indian defense. The Battle of Gonzales. The citizens of Gonzales refused to give up the cannon, and about 160 Texians gathered around the small cannon and had a donated flag by Mrs. DeWitt that stated, "Come and take it." The Texians attacked the Mexican soldiers and killed one of the soldiers. The Mexicans then retreated back to San Antonio, and the Battle of Gonzales is considered the first battle of the Texas Revolution. Here is an example of that particular gun. Hundreds of Texians poured into Gonzales to take part in the fight, but by the time they arrived, the battle was over. They organized themselves into a people's army, an army of the people, and elected Stephen F. Austin to lead them with the goal of taking San Antonio de Bejar and driving the Mexicans under General Chos out of Texas. The Siege and Battle of San Antonio. Texias forces soon surrounded the Mexicans and settled in for a 34-day-long siege of the city. A siege is when an army surrounds a fortified place and waits to attack. While this was going on, there was a consultation meeting, the Consultation of 1835. During the siege of San Antonio, delegates from across the state met in San Felipe de Austin to hold a conference. This consultation was voted 33 to 15 not to declare independence, but instead to declare that they fought for the Constitution of 1824 and self-government. They also elected Sam Houston as general of the Texian Army. They also selected Henry Smith as a provisional governor and to meet again on March 1st, 1836 to decide on the question of independence. While this was going on, the siege dragged on, and soon Texias soldiers started to go back to their homes and farms. On December 11th, 1835, old Ben Milam led 300 Texians in a charge into the city. Milam was killed outright. After some brutal house-to-house fighting, the Texians won as the Mexican army and General Chos was forced to retire. Here is a picture of Ben Milam and the Texians raiding on San Antonio. After Mexican General Chos and his Mexican army surrendered, they promised never to oppose the Constitution of 1824 again and was required to leave Texas forever. The Mexican army marched out of Texas. The Texians celebrated as they thought the war was over. Here are some major players of the Texas Revolution. Lorenzo de Zavala was the ad hoc vice president of the Republic of Texas during the war. He would actually serve 2 terms as Vice President of Texas. George C. Childress was the author of the Texas Declaration of Independence. It was modeled after the U.S. Declaration of Independence. James Walker Fannin was the commander of the Texas Army at Goliad. He and his men were killed at the Goliad Massacre. Santa Anna is considered the centralist dictator and president of Mexico. He would eventually lead the Mexican army into the Texas Revolution, and won the battle at the Alamo and was captured at the Battle of San Jacinto. He eventually signed the Treaty of Velasco that gave Texas its independence. Juan Seguin. He is a Tejano leader from San Antonio. He fought for the Texians at the Alamo before leaving to deliver a message to Sam Houston. He led Tejanos in the victory at the Battle of San Jacinto. William Barrett Travis left his wife and debts behind to come to Texas. He was the major leader in the war party and was the co-commander of the Alamo when Bowie and he died there. James Butler Bonham, childhood friend of Travis, came along to fight in the Texas Revolution. He returned bravely to the Alamo after seeking Texas revolutions, and he died at the Battle of the Alamo. Davy Crockett, probably one of the most famous Americans to pass on in the Alamo, was born in Tennessee. He was elected in Congress in 1826, where he opposed President Andrew Jackson on many issues. Jackson was too powerful, however, and he lost his 1835 re-election campaign. He told the people of Tennessee, "You may all go to hell, and I will go to Texas." A fictional play based on him is called The Lion of the West, made him famous, and come to Texas in early 1836, where he joined the Texas Army and went to Alamo in San Antonio, where he died. In 1854, Davy Crockett's King of the Wild Frontier was a hit movie, and several movies have been made thereafter. Davy Crockett became a hero to millions of children and coonskin hat-wearing children. Sam Houston. Born in Virginia, raised in Tennessee, he ran away in his teens to live with the Cherokee Indians who he adored. He served in the Creek Indian Wars under Andrew Jackson, where he almost died at the Battle of Horseshoe Bend. Afterwards, he became a protege to Andrew Jackson. Sam Houston was elected to Congress and then served as a governor of Tennessee in 1827. Many people thought he would be the President of the United States one day. His young wife, Eliza Allen, left the governor under mysterious circumstances which ended his political career in Tennessee. He resigned from office and spent time with the Cherokee again, and then he eventually came to Texas in 1832 and immediately got involved in the war party. He became the commander of the Texian army and won the Battle of San Jacinto when he captured Santa Anna and won the Texas independence. He became the first president of the Republic of Texas and would eventually be reelected again in his second office.